Another issue on the minds of cattle producers is the Trans-Pacific Partnership, or TPP, and the push for approval of this important trade agreement. Cattlemen to Cattlemen reporter Russell Nemitz has a TPP update from Washington, D.C.
During the recent NCBA legislative conference in Washington, D.C., if you look closely, you could see nearly everyone was wearing a button that carried the message, TPP now.
You know, foreign trade is a big priority for cattlemen. Trans-Pacific Partnership is the trade agreement of the day. We see trade as the key to markets for the future generation of cattlemen in this country. TPP will tie together the largest trading bloc in the globe when it's brought successfully together. For the cattle and beef industry, bottom line, we need this agreement.
U.S. Trade Representative Michael Froman spoke to the cattlemen and women gathered in Washington and put a TPP Now button of his own on his lapel. The trade ambassador says the Trans-Pacific Partnership, once approved by the U.S. Congress, will be a difference maker for U.S. beef producers.
Well, TPP, as you know, involves 12 countries, 40% of the global economy, and some of the largest and fastest growing markets in the world. Our market is already very open. Our average applied tariff is less than 1.5%. But we take something like beef, we have up to 50% tariffs in some of these TPP countries. And these are great markets for our beef and our cattle exports. So if you take a country like Japan, we face a 38.5% tariff on our beef exports. That'll go down to 9% ultimately. In Vietnam, which is a country of 90 million people, growing 6% a year, an emerging middle class that wants more protein, better quality food. They want American-made products. They want American-raised beef. Those tariffs will go to zero. And there's beef noodle shops on every corner in Ho Chi Minh City. And so we want to make sure that our products are there.
If you visit a supermarket in Tokyo, you'll find American beef is a valued product many Japanese consumers want to buy. However, because of that 38.5% tariff or tax, U.S. beef faces a big price disadvantage going into Japan. It's a situation that is costing U.S. cattle producers real money in lost beef exports.
Last year, we sold $1.3 billion of beef into the Japanese market. And while that was our largest export market, those sales were down almost $300 million. And the main reason why is that Japan and Australia have a trade agreement that's already in place.
In the Japanese market, Australia's price advantage will get stronger over time unless the U.S. Congress approves TPP. And that's why cattlemen are being urged to deliver a strong message to their representatives. TPP approval is needed now.
I think continuing to have your voices heard and to make clear both the opportunities that you see in TPP, but also the serious costs of delay and how we're already seeing the impact on beef and cattle exports of more than $120 million a year by your estimates, based on what other countries have already negotiated with each other. That's a very compelling story, and it's important for Congress to understand this has real implications for real people, for real communities, and the cattlemen I think are very effective in conveying that.
In Washington, D.C., I'm Russell Nemitz, reporting for NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen.
Every day, the NCBA staff in Washington, D.C. and in Denver is working to protect the interest of cattle producers all across the country. Join in the fight to protect our way of life by becoming an NCBA member. Just call 1-866-USA-BEEF or go online to the website beefusa.org.